Hi, this is Juan from Hueleme Mucho. Welcome to our channel. Today we have a very special collaboration and it's the top combat mode fragrances with Mari from Mari & Scents. Hi, welcome to Hueleme Mucho, a channel dedicated to niche fragrances, colognes and perfumes. And today in our Non-Niche Tuesday we have a very special collaboration. I'm very happy to do this collaboration with my friend Mari from Mari & Scents. We used to speak before she had her own channel on my channel, so I know her from quite some time ago. And now that she has her own channel, I can only hope for the best with her. So I'm going to write down here the link to her channel. So please do follow her, chase her, I don't know, learn from her everything, because her channel is really worth it. So today we're going to be doing, I asked Mari to give us her top non-niche combat mode fragrances, and so she has sent me a video that I'm going to be watching with you, and the dynamic is going to go as follows. She's going to comment one, I'm going to either comment something or suggest some other perfumes for her and for all of you. So I hope that you enjoy the video. Let's start.
Hi, I'm Mari from Mari & Scents, and today I will be sharing with you my top 5 fragrances, designer fragrances for women who would like to have these fragrances to go out or just to win over people, to attract people and all that. But before I show you my selection, I want to thank Juan for inviting me to participate. I love Hueleme Mucho so much, so I am so pleased to be here. Okay, so the first fragrance that I want to share with you is Jimmy Choo Fever by Jimmy Choo. I do really enjoy the Jimmy Choo classic that everyone knows about, but I already have other fragrances that are pretty similar to that one, so I wanted to mix things up a little bit and get the Fever one because I do think it's a lot more fun, honestly, for a night out. So this fragrance, it is still a gourmand of sorts. It's balsamic and it's a little bit fruitier than the original. And the sweet notes, its edible notes include tonka bean, hazelnut, vanilla, and honestly the notes that do characterize this fragrance the most are actually the grapefruit, which I'm a huge fan of grapefruits, and the plum, especially at the opening. It is a fragrance that, like I said, it is pretty fun, will get you tons of compliments, will get you noticed for sure without being super obnoxious or anything like that. And when it comes to longevity, it's not perhaps the one that lasts the longest out of the ones that I'll be sharing with you, but it's still one that lasts pretty darn good for a night out. So definitely recommend Jimmy Choo Fever by Jimmy Choo. So this
Mari, the first one, I don't know. I have to try that Jimmy Choo one that you are saying, but I guess that you will be loving this one. This is Chill Sander No. 4. This is a fragrance that is incredible for a night out fragrance. It has, for me, this is a fragrance that is if I wanted to speak about the 90s fragrances, this fragrance of course was done in the 90s. This one is a representation of everything the 90s has to offer. It's very intense, it's got a lot of plum, it's got a lot of amber, it's got a lot of it's got a little bit of everything. It's got ylang ylang, it's got flowers, it's got so many things. It's got a lot of tuberose. So in this case, this is a fragrance that it's impossible not to go, it's impossible not to do it right with this one, and it's so sexy. It is so sexy. As a night out fragrance, if you smell it in the bottle, probably you will think, yeah, this is a kind of old school fragrance, but when you wear it on yourself, you are going to love it so much. This is Chill Sounder No. 4, and I am sure you're going to love it so much. The only problem with this one, by the way, Mari, is that it doesn't last that long either as the one you commented, but it doesn't matter. If by the time this one is gone, you haven't got so many compliments, then I mean you better go. Let's go to the next one.
So this is one that could not be missing from my list. This is Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. This is the classic version, the classic Eau de Parfum, not the intense, though I still recommend that one. And this is a perfume that is very citrusy, has a lot of bergamot and, you know, mandarin, orange, jasmine. It is very clean, also lots of patchouli. I always get a lot of patchouli with this perfume. Very clean, very elegant, very classic, and it might surprise you that I would include it in a list for going out. But like I was saying, this is a perfume that if it's not my most complimented, it is my second, or definitely at the top, because every time I wear this, I do receive plenty of compliments. And it is one that, unlike maybe more gourmand perfumes that are kind of meant to be sexy or sensual, this one is sexy and sensual, not so much sensual, but sexy in a very elegant, classy, crisp sort of way. And in my experience, men love this perfume. Even for nighttime, I definitely say go for it. I have worn it in nights out and it's been great. So definitely recommend that you check out Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. Alright guys.
Mari, I cannot agree with you more. I've been a victim of Coco Mademoiselle myself. So that is a fragrance that whenever I smelled it out while going out, that was like a magnet. It is a magnet. It's truly a man's magnet. So I am going to suggest that you also use Miss Dior. Miss Dior is kind of, it's not the same vibe of course, but it's also got that magic that you wouldn't, it's done for daytime probably, but I find it, the versatility is incredible. And at nighttime, this is unstoppable. It's fruity, musky, powdery. It's really, really sexy wearing this and having a ton of compliments and using it just for combat mode. Truly is incredible. Probably is, as Mari said, is that you were not expecting to have this classic fragrance to be so dangerous, and indeed it is super dangerous. Let's go for the next one.
Alright guys, so I wanted to talk about these two perfumes together side by side because they are that similar. This is L'Extase from Nina Ricci and this is La Nuit Trésor from Lancôme, which I do usually wear a little bit over the Nina Ricci one, and battling the Coco Mademoiselle, it's definitely my most or my second most complimented fragrance to date, and definitely my go-to for a night out, especially if it's cold. So these two perfumes, like I said, they're very similar. They're both very gourmand, very sweet. They both share caramel, vanilla. La Nuit kind of has some coffee going on in there and some praline, and then also has some strawberry. This one has raspberry, and L'Extase also has musk. They both have patchouli. Then L'Extase has some amber. So it's just kind of very similar notes that maybe they change some here and there to have a bit of a difference, but at the end of the day, the effect is pretty much the same. They're both extremely long lasting. And I think this one's a little bit heavier, so you do feel it on yourself a little bit more. With La Nuit, I have a huge issue because every time I wear it, I quickly become anosmic to it. So right away, I stop smelling it, and I think no one can smell it, so I start spraying more and more and more. And I'm sure I really annoy everyone around me, so I have to work on whenever I wear this one a little more. But again, they're both huge compliment getters, very sexy, extremely sexy perfumes that are also very long lasting and potent. I will say L'Extase is a little bit more mature and dark and mysterious, I would say, and La Nuit is all that, but in a more fun night out sort of way. But yeah, definitely go check them out and see their notes and see their prices in order to figure out which one suits you best. So another one
I think that La Nuit Trésor is very dangerous. It's a fragrance that is very, very dangerous. It's it kind of has like a dark vibe without smelling dark. I don't know how that can be understood, but that's a kind of danger. You perceive danger. The other one that you're showing, Maria, I don't know, but I mean, just with the Trésor one, if they have the same vibe, it's fantastic. Another fragrance that I find that it's got a very, very dangerous vibe, and this is also darker. This is Poison Girl or Poison Girl. This is incredible because it also has that darkness. It also has that thickness. I mean, you just check the color of the liquid here. It's dark. It's more than a fragrance. This is a concoction, and it's so dangerous. I've heard so many things about this one, and it's still one of my favorite fragrances on women, and is one of the most dangerous that I know. But I know Trésor de Lancôme, and that is a fragrance that my sister loves it, and that's the one she wears for going out. So I'm just telling you, it's so dangerous. But Mari, I do recommend you try this one on just for a night out, and you'll see for yourself the kind of magic we're talking about. So let's go to the next one.
So another one that could not be missing from this list is Light Blue from Dolce & Gabbana. This is the intense version, but honestly both of them work just as well. I don't really know what it is about this perfume. It is a personal favorite of mine. It is honestly my go-to for like anything, so I do know why I like it. But it's not one that necessarily I would guess that other people, especially guys, would love it, but they do. The intense one in particular is pretty unisex, and I would say it's because it is extremely clean. A lot of citrus in here, as all of the light blue fragrances. A lot of jasmine and musk in the background. And it really is just this very clean, citrusy, somehow sexy perfume. I think that is what makes it so sexy, that it is sexy, maybe not like Coco Mademoiselle that is also citrusy and has musk and jasmine, but that one is elegant, classic, sophisticated. This one is casual, effortless. That's why I find myself reaching for it on my everyday, because it just is so easy to wear and you know, feel good with, and just so versatile. So I love this one, but I also recommend it truly for nights out. It is, if it's very hot, for sure. If you live in a very hot place like Miami and you want to go out at night, by no means do I recommend a gourmand or a really heavy I don't know, creamy fragrance. I would definitely suggest something like Light Blue Intense. I promise this is fresh, citrusy, you will feel great in it, and you will definitely also attract plenty of compliments.
I completely agree. There is one thing that I always say in my videos, and I cannot agree with you more, Mari, with your selection, is that when you smell clean, you attract so much attention. If you go out at night, you know, in this dark place full of people, and everything is dark, the lights are dim, and you are smelling all uber clean, you are like the sun in the middle of the night. So people will always get attracted to you. It's smelling very clean in a very special way. It really gets a lot of attention. I've got a fragrance that is also smelling clean. It's a fragrance that nobody expects it to be so sexy, and it's something incredible. This is White Musk from The Body Shop. This is this one is my favorite. You can buy the for men, for women, or the perfume, or I mean, there's even an oil. And I've chosen this one because this one is the best for me, and for and you can use it just alone, or you can layer it. So the thing is that this is pure musk, the pure musk, and that's it. You just wear it. You smell clean. You smell sexy. You smell very clean, and also very attractive. And I always say the same thing. This, for me, is the sexiest fragrance for women that I know. Wearing this and getting a ton of compliments, getting a ton of attention, a lot of people gravitating towards you. It's incredible. And it's also true that if you have a random fragrance and you want to make it sexy, you just layer this one underneath and you put the random fragrance on top of it, and suddenly that other fragrance becomes magic too. So this is White Musk. For me, it's incredible. It's also clean. It doesn't do anything special. You would say, okay, this is The Body Shop. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, I was expecting this to be like a clean and soapy kind of fragrance, but it's much more than that. It is incredibly attractive, and you're going to get a lot of compliments. So this is White Musk from The Body Shop. And now let's see your last one.
Here I have Dylan Blue Parfum from Versace. This is a perfume that is also a bit of a surprise for me, that people, especially men, enjoy it so much, because when I first tried it, I didn't think it was that, you know, unique or anything like that, but it does get me plenty of compliments. This is a really fruity perfume. It has a lot of green apple. That's honestly the main thing that you get from it, and also some peach here and there, some musk, some patchouli, some jasmine, you name it. But the green apple really is the main note that just kind of gets you. This one is also very clean, like Light Blue, but that one's clean in a citrusy way. This one's clean in a fruity, almost green way, maybe because of the green apple. And despite being clean, it is pretty elegant. It is kind of the fragrance that you would think maybe like a lady in an office who maybe is in charge of a certain position in the office or something, like a boss, I guess, would be wearing. That's definitely the vibe that it gives me. And again, it's one that I recommend for nights out in more in hotter places. Whereas Coco Mademoiselle is pretty versatile, and then the Jimmy Choo Fever and like Stas, La Nuit Trésor, I recommend more for colder nights out. But this one, I promise you, would also get you plenty of compliments. You will smell extremely elegant, definitely not a casual perfume at all, but you also feel extremely clean and fresh. So
I think that I'm going to show you one. I think that that kind of fragrance that is fruity and flowery and musky are always dangerous. I mean, we've already seen several in our list today, in both your lists and mine. But I think that this one is, I'm going to show you one that I'm sure, this one has something a bit different. This one is London by Burberry. This is the other parfum for her. And this is a fragrance that is totally incredible, because instead of the apple that you were saying, it has nightsuckle. So this is white flowers that shine at night. So you're wearing this, and the same thing is that it's got the same notes you were saying. It's got jasmine, a lot of musk. It's very attractive, and it's a fragrance that you cannot miss. For me, this is one of the sexiest fragrances for women. This is for women that I know, either during daytime, nighttime. It works out all year round. But as Mari was saying, if you're using it in a very hot place or humid place or whatever, this one shines so much. You're going to get so many compliments. I'm sure you're going to love it, Mari. I hope that you try it and you let me know. So let's see what surprise you have for me.
that was it for my top 5 designer perfumes for nights out and things like that. I did want to include an honorable mention for a niche perfume, and it is one that I know Juan loves just as much as me. It is Sex and the City Neroli from Francesca Bianchi. I just recently obtained this one, so I cannot really talk to you so much about the compliments or anything like that, though I have received a few here and there. But it is one that I know I will get lots of attention for in the future because it is stunning. It is a fragrance for the neroli. It's pretty present at the beginning. It is pretty citrusy at the beginning. I think it has also some bergamot at the start, but then it develops into a much more creamy perfume, a lot more coconutty and deeper sort of a suntan-like or sun lotion-like perfume. It reminds you of the ocean. It is very mystical. I know that sounds interesting. You definitely have to smell it to see what I mean. And besides all that, it is also a touch animalic. So I mean, being said all that, you can definitely imagine that this is a sexy bomb of a perfume, that it is extremely long lasting, and that it has a really nice sillage to it. So definitely recommend that you check it out. Sex and the City Neroli from Bianchi. Well, that was it for my selection. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed how I described everything and the fragrances that I picked. If you did, please make sure to stop by my channel, Mari and Sans. And also thank you so much, Juan from Hueleme Mucho. I love so much being a part of your channel. You know I love your channel so much. So please make sure to fill up this video with likes so that you let him know that you enjoyed it.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mari, for your collaboration. And this last one was a surprise. And I know you loved it. And this is a fragrance that I love too. It's one of my favorites from Francesca Bianchi. It's love for me. And it's quite powerful and intense. And it's got like this sexy, sexual vibe. And at the same time, it gives this power and all the notes that Mari has explained. So this is a fragrance that for me is a can't miss, and it's a kind of animalic vibe. And I've got a suggestion that goes, I was thinking what other fragrance I could recommend to Mari that doesn't go along the animalic ones, but it's truly unstoppable. And then I came up with this one. This one is Kisses Rain by Renier. This is a fragrance that everybody loves. I mean, for me it's a unisex, but all the women that I know that wear it, they love it. My wife, I mean, this one apparently was mine, but it's no longer mine. This is her fragrance. I'm allowed to use it for videos, but I'm not allowed to use it myself. So just imagine this kind of fragrance. This is a fragrance that smells vanillic, it's spicy, kind of like burning with power and super attractive. This one is just incredibly attractive. So it's a woody, spicy, vanillic with a lot of sexiness to it without being animalic. So this is incredibly attractive and I cannot encourage it enough. So, well, yes, this is the end of the video. I want to thank Mari for being part of this video. I've loved her picks. The ones that I didn't know, I'm going to find them out and smell them, and I hope that she likes my picks too. On the meantime, yes, follow her down here. I'm going to put the link to her channel, and I hope that you've liked this video and that you subscribe. You give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and I look very much forward to seeing you in next videos of Hueleme Mucho. Talk to you soon. Adios, adios, and thank you, Mari, once again.